iPad in the Kindergarten Classroom by Constance Collins. The objective today is to introduce you to the iPad, how you can use an iPad in the kindergarten classroom, and benefits of using an iPad in the kindergarten classroom. What is an iPad? The iPad is an incredibly responsive multi-touch screen, a design that's thin and light enough to take anywhere. iPad isn't just the best device of its kind, it's a whole new kind of device, and it's poised to change the learning landscape. Quote taken from apple.com. Why use an iPad in the classroom? Small and lightweight, portable for students, enhances fine motor skills, touches many different learning styles, engaging for students, and the apps reinforce core skills being taught in the classroom. In the pictures you see a student using an iPad. The student is in my kindergarten classroom. The iPad is used in many different ways, large group, small group, and on an individual basis. This student is part of a math RTI group. She is working on reinforcing her number sense skills of numbers 11 through 20. She is working on recognizing numbers 11 through 20. As you can see, she's working with different apps that talk to her. They tell her a number and she finds it among many different numbers. Apps that show her the numbers and apps that spell numbers for her. She can also pick a number and then the app will tell her what number she has picked. As you can see from the pictures, the apps are very engaging. They're very colorful. They're very inviting. They use not only the pictures, they use the spelling of the numbers and the sound. It talks to you, and they have games. In this picture, she is being told a number and she is looking for the number, and you see the number 12 circled. She found the number 12. This is just a small amount of apps that are out there for students. Many apps are free. Some you have to purchase. Many of the apps I use in my classroom are free, and I have purchased some. I don't use the iPad just for math. We use it for reading and language arts, and we use it for writing. I've used it to reinforce rhyming skills. I've used it to reinforce letters and letter sounds, as well as number sense. I have students who are using it for enrichment, working with addition and subtraction. I do believe the iPad can hit all different learning styles: auditory, visual, kinesthetic. It's very engaging for students. And I also believe the iPad is beneficial to students at any level. A student who is below level, working even in an RTI group, they can definitely benefit from the apps on the iPad. As well as a student who's working right on grade level, as well as a student who is using an iPad for enrichment purposes. The iPad is wonderful. As I said, it's lightweight and it's portable and it's easy for students to handle. It enhances fine motor skills by using the touch screen. But it's the apps that provide the engagement for students learning. Students are exposed to wonderful pictures. They're exposed to sounds, and it makes learning fun. They're very educational games. They're not just playing around doing nothing. They are learning. I've had students work with the iPad who have been very below at something, work with the iPad on an individual basis or a small group basis, and it starts clicking. It's something about working with the iPad 101, the touch of it, the listening to it, and just being totally engaged in the app that is on the iPad. Here we will see this student using two different apps during a Math RTI 101 session. As you can see in that video, she got one of the answers wrong. It gave her a chance to correct herself. It's immediate feedback, whether right or wrong, and students don't feel bad when they get the answer wrong. They feel like they can try again. They don't feel as they have failed. As you see, the positive reinforcement when they do get the answer right is wonderful. That is encouraging for students. Another game that she was playing, you see, you have just nice pictures, engaged. She was engaged in listening to what number and trying to find it amongst many different numbers. And that was an actual bingo game. As she was finding the numbers, she was also playing bingo. The iPad is a great tool to have in the classroom. I've been using it for about a month. I would love to have a class set. I would love for every student to have their own iPad in my classroom. It's very beneficial even at a young age of 5 and 6. I believe even preschool students could use it. I do. This is my personal iPad, and I do use it at home with my 3-year-old. Um, as I said, it's a wonderful tool. The apps are what brings the learning to life. I hope that everybody gets a chance to use an iPad in their classroom, no matter what age you work with. And I hope that I've given you a little bit of insight and make you kind of want to go try it out in your classroom for your students' benefit.